I mean, this is what they've waited for, and they're waiting to see the players come up to the podium and greet them.
Look at that sea of red and white. People have been flooding the Eye. That's the store where you can go and buy all the Canes merchandise. They've been flooding the Eye all night from last night and into today. They've got all their championship gear on, and we just want to remind our viewers that as we come across 8 o'clock here, we're getting close to our primetime lineup. It will be seen in its entirety here on WRAL right after this celebration wrap-up. And that's NCIS, the unit, and Tuesday's book club will all be shown in its entirety after this special.
And Aurora just went up. I guess we can ask. He looks familiar, doesn't he?
My Commodore, doesn't he? Yeah. People trying to look like the Hurricanes if they can't play hockey like them anyway.
I wonder how many free drinks he's gotten in the last
week
and a half.
They're trying to pretend who he is. Well, Tom Suter, let's toss it to you out there.
I'll tell you what, the roar you keep hearing is they're showing a video replay of the season, and every time the Hurricanes score on tape, the crowd is reacting just like they're there. It's a festive, loud, wonderful, joyous atmosphere out here as we celebrate the 2006 Stanley Cup champion, the Carolina Hurricanes.
It's kind of like a rock concert, and when those players take the stage, it is going to be like a rock concert. It is going to be so loud out here.
Well, everybody is focused on these monitors out here, watching the replay, watching the season. We see the people, Rod Brindamore carrying the cup around out here. It's a great, great atmosphere, and they just can't wait. This place is going to explode, Kelsey, when the team takes the stage.
And watching these images does get you ready for this. You forget about some of the great plays from the season, and just seeing that shot of Rod Brindamore last night hoisting the cup, I can't get enough of that. That was one of the most emotional moments in sports I can remember.
As I watch this, I'm getting goosebumps. It's that exciting. It really is. We can't see any pavement around here. There's so many people now. I mean, this place is packed.
Great family atmosphere. Lots of little kids with their jerseys on tonight. It's just a fun crowd.
It is so loud, I can hardly hear you. Here we go. Let's go back to John.
Okay.
They started on September 12th, 1 of 30. They started as the Canes.
Hurricanes. Carolina. Whatever you wanted to call them. But after all of that, 8 preseason games, 82 regular season games, 25 playoff games tonight and forever. For 06, you will say the Stanley Cup champion, Carolina Hurricanes. To help greet the team and enjoy this incredible run, we have some dignitaries with us tonight. It's my pleasure to bring to the stage an individual who is very important in terms of building this beautiful state-of-the-art facility, one of the best buildings in the entire NHL and for all of professional sports. He's a past chairman of the Centennial Authority. Please welcome Mr. Stephen Stroud. Joining Mr. Stroud on stage is County Commissioner Mr. Tony Gurley. How about a nice Caniac welcome to the Mayor of Raleigh, North Carolina, Mr. Charles Meeker. And the Governor of the great state of North Carolina, Mr. Michael Easley. They have a few things to say. Mr. Stroud.
Thank you very much. Hello, Caniacs. What a wonderful ride. I want to thank Pete Kermanis, Jim Rutherford, and Peter Laviolette for taking us on one of the greatest experience. And most of all, I want to thank all of you Caniacs out there who has made this such a special building. Thank you very much.
Thank you. What a great day to be a Caniac. Wake County is thrilled to be the home of the Stanley Cup in 2006. The eyes of the world were upon us last night, and the Canes came through in the clutch. It just reinforces the new county motto that I introduced at our last board meeting. Wake County is a great place to live, work, learn, and play hockey. From the car flags and banners to the raucous scene at Glenwood South, it's clear that cane fever is live and well in Wake County. We thank the Caniacs for their effort and devotion to the fans, and we thank the fans. Now, on behalf of Wake County Board of Commissioners and the citizens of Wake County, it gives me great pleasure to say congratulations, and let's go Canes!
Mayor Meeker.
Thank you, John. When Wake County, in North Carolina State, and the city of Raleigh got together 10 years ago to build this great facility, this is what we built it for, a championship. This is something that means so much. Last night, the team came to play, the fans came to cheer, the team won a great game, and now we're all Stanley Cup champions. Let me just say one thing on behalf of the capital city, everyone here in the Triangle. Thank you, Carolina Hurricanes.
All right, got the coach nearby. On behalf of the people of the state of North Carolina, congratulations, Canes!
The 2006 Stanley Cup champions, and they did it with teamwork. They even stretched it out long enough for Eric Cole to come back and play a full game. They played some good teams. They played some great teams, but they didn't have a team that could weather the storm of this Hurricane season. I want to ask Coach Peter Laviolette to come up at this time.
And you can feel it for the guys in red. You can also feel it for the guys in white. Markkanen now is back.
We got to present him with a proclamation proclaiming Tuesday, June the 20th, 2006, Carolina Hurricane Day. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much, Governor Easley, Tony Gurley, Mayor Charles Meeker, and Mr. Stephen Stroud. Are you ready? It's now time to welcome the 2006 Stanley Cup champion, Carolina Hurricanes. There is a team behind the team. We have a wonderful staff here of hardworking people that work in the hockey department to get the job done every day. We'll start with the very fine Media Relations Director of the Carolina Hurricanes, Michael Sunheim. The Assistant Director of Media Relations, Kyle Hanlon. The individual who really runs the hockey operations
before we
department.
get to the players, we're going to take a real quick break and get right back to our coverage of Canes win the cup. Stay with us.
It took to Game 7, but really it all turned out for the best because the Canes won the Stanley Cup at home, and this is the celebration. Let's take you back out to John Forsland, who is emceeing this event.
The playoffs are a war of attrition. We know that. Players go down from injury. Players come back from injury. Day after day, they fight through all of this adversity, keeping them healthy, keeping them in order. Please welcome medical trainer, Mr. Chris Stewart. The head athletic therapist and strength and conditioning coach, of the Carolina Hurricanes, one of the fittest, if not the fittest team in the National Hockey League, Mr. Peter Friesen. The legendary Hall of Fame radio voice of your Carolina Hurricanes, Mr. Charles Caton. The players will argue, but I think they will agree, one of, if not the most important position on the ice is that of the goalkeeper. The goaltending coach, pro scout for the Carolina Hurricanes and former Detroit Red Wing, Mr. Greg Steffen. In 2002, he gave his heart for that wonderful Stanley Cup run by that edition of the Carolina Hurricanes. His teammates called him the veteran. He won a cup with the Pittsburgh Penguins in the early 90s. Number 11, Canes assistant coach, Jeff Daniels. Three decades of professional hockey experience. A man who played 17 years. Was a captain.
All right, as the staff introductions are still made, we're going to tell you a little bit more about the Stanley Cup. It is one of the most coveted prizes, obviously, in the NHL, but it didn't start out that way. The Cup debuted in Canada in the late 1800s. Amateur hockey teams played for it on a game-by-game basis. Back then, it changed hands like a boxing title. Well, today, the name of the winning team and its players are engraved on the cup. And when one of the lower bands fills with names, the top ring is removed and displayed at the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto. The bands typically last about 65 years, so the Canes will be the first team on the newest band of the cup, and it will stay on the trophy for 65 years.
And the cup, of course, named after Lord Stanley, who was a politician in Canada. When purchased, the silver bowl cost $48. That original bowl or cup is now at the Hall of Fame, as Deborah said, because it's so fragile. A replica replaced it. The Stanley Cup is the oldest trophy in professional sports and the only one passed from player to player during the summer their team wins the Stanley Cup championship.
I think it's been so fun, too, to see all the fans come up with their own Stanley Cups.
Oh, just take a garbage can, flip it upside down, and put a mixing bowl on top, and you've got the Stanley Cup trophy.
They write all over it, cover it with tin foil, whatever they need to do, and it's been a lot of fun. Okay, well, this is some of the video that Brad Simmons, one of our sports photographers, shot in the locker room last night. Just amazing access to be able to see this celebration firsthand. The guys, of course, spraying all that champagne, and then they would fill up the cup with any kind of beverage
that
they could find.
Which after about an hour of that, it's probably a mixture of several different beverages.
I think it was, yes. So they all taking their turns drinking out of the cup. This is such a tradition with the Stanley Cup. And now we're back out to our live coverage here at the RBC
Now
Center.
the athletes
and
who
let's
did
take
it all
you back
for
up
you.
to the stage and see what's going on.
Let's start with a guy who has blocked so many shots this season. He can't even recall how many. A guy who scored the first goal in game number 7 last night, number 4, Aaron Ward. A player who plays with class and dignity, agility, a wonderful defenseman who was 3rd in the NHL in terms of defense scoring in the playoffs. A player who scored the second goal in game number 7 last night. Number 5, Frank Caberlet.
Got in there and knocked the puck down. It stays alive. And Caberlet through the screen.
A member of the 2002 Carolina Hurricanes that made the run for that Stanley Cup. This year's nominee for the Masterton Trophy, which is for dedication to this great sport of hockey. A player who has fought through all kinds of adversity to play this season and did it so well. A competitor, warrior, number 6, Brett Hedican. Game number 2, second round, New Jersey Devils, overtime. We need a goal. Who do you go to? The secret weapon, number 7, Nicholas Wallin. In a team of so many unheralded players, guys who score big goal after big goal. You can look back at all the stat sheets and see it. You will see this number. And the man who scored a lot of those goals and had a terrific playoff, number 8, Matt Cullen. This is a team where player after player had career seasons. This player certainly did, putting up all kinds of career numbers offensively, proving that he's a sound defensive player. As he was in the playoffs, one of the top penalty killers in the NHL. He scored the insurance goal in both Game 7 against Buffalo and Game 7 last night against the Edmonton Oilers. Number 11, Justin Williams.
On the right side. And
2 years ago, we witnessed an 18-year-old kid make his debut in the National Hockey League and do quite well under the tutelage of then-captain Ron Francis. After the NHL's work stoppage, he returned a man from the American Hockey League, a man possessed to record 100 points in the regular season, lead playoff scores throughout the entire Stanley Cup playoffs, and big part of the future of the Carolina Hurricanes. Number 12, Eric Stahl. Give this player a little open ice, he'll make it happen. One of the most creative players in the NHL, and we saw it throughout the playoffs. He also is the master of the now you see him, now you don't on the pregame interviews on Fox Sports Net. Everybody loves Raymond, number 13, Ray the Wizard Whitney. One of the players that truly makes up the heart and soul of the Carolina Hurricanes, and he has done this year after year after year. Quietly, a leader and probably one of the best teammates these players have. Say hello to number 14, alternate captain Kevin Adams. He was drafted 4th overall right here in the RBC Center in late June of 2004. He made a severe impact in Game 7 against the Buffalo Sabres. He brought the power again last night in Game number 7 against the Edmonton Oilers. Number 16, Andrew Ladd. Player that someday will reach Hall of Fame status, a player that was brought here at the trading deadline, a guy that had been there, what's the saying, been there, done that, knew all about winning and how to get there, what an impact he had in the playoffs. Number 18, the Wrecking Ball, Mark Recchi. There are 3 words we know now. All you have to do is see this guy. Fear the Fro. The big man on the back end, the master of the robe, number 22, Mike Commodore. Just a terrific young player that had his season unfortunately cut short with a wrist injury. But worked hard every day to be part of this team and has a very bright future in the National Hockey League. Say hello to number 24, Andrew Hutchinson. The players played long enough to win the holy grail of hockey. They also played long enough so this player somehow, some way, could come back from injury. One of the most dominant players in the National Hockey League, number 26, Eric Cole.
He had chances in front of the net where he's usually so very good. He took a vicious hit from Ethan Morrow early in the game. I thought he looked a little bit stiff towards the start of the game. Seemed to be a little around for Cole.
The other half of the Adams family, a player who lays his body on the line night after night. Sometimes that big hit on a forecheck can turn the momentum of a game, and we saw it last night as they pounded the Oiler defense. Number 27, Craig Adams. "38 wins in the regular season. That, my friends, is a franchise record. During the club's amazing winning streaks, this player put the team on his shoulders many nights and won many hockey games so that they could play for the Stanley Cup. And during the playoffs, made a big impact at the right time. Number 29, goaltender Martin Gerber. Part of the future of the Hurricanes, the players they like to call the Black Aces that come up from the American Hockey League and practice every day and work hard with the coaches, and they really enjoy that. Say hello to part of the Hurricane future from Lowell of the American Hockey League and part of the Stanley Cup team, number 34, David Gove. Also part of the legendary, I may say, Black Aces. Here's goaltender Craig Killer Kowalski. And last but not least, a clean-shaven. I'm one to talk about mutton chops. Here he is, number 37. What a year he had in the American Hockey League, Keith Aucoin. When you cover the NHL, you think you know players. You watch them play as opponents. You watch what they can do. You appreciate their skills. Many years with the Edmonton Oilers, the St. Louis Blues, but he wanted a chance, just a chance, and he left it out there on the ice for you. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest players ever to play in the National Hockey League, number 39, Doug Weight. He was acquired from the Chicago Blackhawks in late January. A look into the future, a 21-year-old defenseman, 6'5", 230 pounds, with a cannon shot from the right point. Number 48, Anton Babchuk. This player was never drafted. He was signed as a free agent. He worked hard in training camps to get maybe an opportunity to crack an NHL lineup. It didn't happen right away. He went to the AHL. He came back strong. He never left, and he made an impact every time he stepped on the ice. Number 59, Chad LaRose. In the 04 season, this player won a Stanley Cup with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Quietly went about his business. He was 7th in the NHL in terms of scoring. The Hurricanes went out on the free agent market, quietly signed this player. He quietly came here, put on an A. He was one of the alternate captains this season. And you look again at the numbers. You looking for an impact player. Here he is, regular season, playoffs. We call him the silent assassin, number 61, Corey Stillman. Early November, this player went down with an injury, a very serious injury. Had the surgery and sat in rehab for a long, long time. Found his way back into the lineup at the end of the year, made a contribution to the team in the playoffs. And you Caniacs know all about the Czech Condor, don't you? Number 63, Josef Wasacek. Signed as a free agent before the start of the season. Offensive-minded defenseman that can skate, can move the puck, make it happen. Say hello to number 70, Oleg Tverdovsky. Now a player who was the first rookie goaltender to win the Conn Smythe Trophy since Patrick Waugh, 1986. 22 years of age, took his place, made one spectacular save after another. Number 30, Ham Ward. He will always be one of the greatest Carolina Hurricane players ever to put on that red and white sweater. A player who had more active games without a Stanley Cup. Until what? Until now. A player who has always been number one for this team, number one in that community, and a guy who truly is the epitome of a National Hockey League player. Number 2, Glenn Wesley. And finally, the leader of this team. One word, we said it at the start of the season. There's one word for this guy, respect. That's all you need to know. The captain of the 2006 Stanley Cup champion, Carolina Hurricanes, with the Holy Grail, Rod Brindamore. Now it is my pleasure for all of the Caniac Nation to hear from the head coach of the Stanley Cup champion, Carolina Hurricanes. Here he is, folks, Mr. Peter Laviolette.
First and foremost, I just want to start by saying thank you, because in Game 7 in Buffalo, in Game 7 last night against Edmonton, there wasn't even a question as to who was going to win, because we knew that building would be full. We knew that you would be there for us, and you were. And thank you very much for that. I think what the opposition didn't know is that everybody that's on this stage right here behind me, when we first got together, we decided we were going to create a family and a very tight-knit group of guys, and that's exactly what we did. But we wanted it to be a little bit bigger. We wanted to make it for all these people out here in front, our wives, our children, our parents, our friends, and then the snowball gets a little bit bigger, and you won't be able to stop that. But what they didn't count on was the 30,000 people behind that we consider family. And there's no way you're going to stop that. I think coming out of training camp, there was an expectation that we were going to win a lot of games. And we knew we had to do something on the ice so that we could get the fans involved as well. And then it goes back to opening night against the Pittsburgh Penguins when we took on the new shootout rule. And we put Cam Ward in net. And we made him go against Ziggy Palffy. And then Sidney Crosby. And then we made him stop Mario Lemieux just for fun. 3 pretty good hockey players, and we ended up winning a game. But there was 18,000 people in the building that night. And we'll never forget that. And from there, it just grew and grew and grew until we filled that building last night with 18,000 fans. And from the players' point of view and the coach's point of view, we couldn't even hear each other on the bench. And for that, I want to say thank you. It would be... Sometimes I get emotional when I speak, and I don't mean to, and I'm not going to tonight. But if there were 2 areas where I would get emotional, first it would be from the guys behind me, and I just want to say thank you for everything, because you guys played your hearts out, and it was never more evident than last night. That was the best game that we ever played. We needed that. You delivered it, and because of it, we got that thing right there. Thank you very much. And I'm going to end it with this because the guy speaking next likes to talk a lot, and he's going to need a lot of time up here. I am in awe of the fans in Carolina. From the tailgating to the airport scenes, to the flags on the cars, to that building right there, and to what you did right here tonight, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. It gives me the greatest pleasure to bring up the next guy here. My players know I love a good hug once in a while, so he's not getting by without a hug. The captain, number 17, Rod Brindamore.
All right. What do I say? I didn't have much time to prepare for this. I will. All right. Obviously, on behalf of this team, we started out way back in September with one goal in mind. That was to win the Stanley Cup. Nobody believed we could do it. Nobody, except these guys and you. Who had the best home record in the National Hockey League this year? Who took 2 Game 7 wins to win the Stanley Cup? You guys helped us to win this. Start of the year, we wanted to make you proud of this hockey team, and I think we did that. I couldn't be more proud of a bunch of guys sitting behind me. You cannot find better people with more class and more professionalism to represent you. And I'm so happy and proud of everybody. And I can't thank you guys enough for your support. And what do you say we go and try to do it again?
And now, boys, before you leave the stage, if you could take the Stanley Cup along with Glenn, bring it here, and boys, just come forward. Give these people a final salute before you file off, because tonight they will walk together forever as champions. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2006 Stanley Cup champion, your Carolina Hurricanes.
Tomorrow and goodbye.
All right, there you have it. The Carolina Hurricanes saluted by their adoring fans after a magical season.
More confetti, everybody cheering, "Let's go Canes." You know what's exciting about this, too, is to see the players even taking pictures and video of this celebration. And Tom and Kelsey have a front row seat out there, so guys, take it away.
It's been incredible watching them up on the stage. Coach Peter Laviolette thanking the crowd. Rod Brindamore thanking the fans, talking about how they have the best home record in the league. Just great emotion from the guys tonight.
I got a little tear when Rod Brindamore was speaking. I'll tell you what, this was a great evening, a great celebration for a great season, and the celebration of a great, great team, the 2006 Stanley Cup champions. I've been proud to be here.
You know, Rod Brindamore kind of strikes me as a man of few words, but when he talks, people listen.
He's a leader. And that's what leaders do. And they don't say a lot, but when they do say it, it means something. And when he talks, those guys listen. And this is a team that all season long, Kelsey, performed with a lot of heart, a lot of character. It didn't matter how far behind they were. You kind of knew they were going to come back.
A lot of energy going into next season, too.
Oh, it's going to be a great season next season. This is a team, a good lot of veterans and a lot of young people. And it's going to be a great season next season as well.
Great mix. And they said there isn't a better group of players to represent this area. And
I think that's very true. That's very true. These guys have always conducted themselves with class. You go in that locker room, they're always willing to talk, no attitude. They're just down to earth. They're just regular people. They're part of this community.
This is a great show. You can see the fireworks behind us right now. So they've wrapped up what they're going to do on stage.
Had a great time being with you. I hope people don't think I'm your grandfather.
Not at all. We had a lot of fun out here. Hope you had a lot of fun watching it at home, too.
All right, y'all did a wonderful job out there.
Tom, absolutely. What a celebration. I think what the coach said, too, about it being such a family atmosphere. I mean, certainly the RBC Center was a family atmosphere when you can take your family out there to watch the games. And then the family as a team, I mean, it's just nice to so nice to see.
And we can't forget about Mark Roberts. Wonderful job along the parade route.
Absolutely.
The players as they made their way to the RBC Center where they end tonight. A wonderful season and a wonderful season for the fans as well.
Well, if you missed tonight's celebration, you get another chance tomorrow. A second parade begins at noon tomorrow at Hillsborough and St. Mary Streets, put on by the city of Raleigh. It ends at South Salisbury Street, where the players and coaches will take another stage. And there will be free ice cream for everyone. Downtown construction has pushed the parade out of the center of the city, so that's why they're having it right there.
And a reminder, your primetime lineup will be seen in its entirety right here on WRAL. For now, we'll see you later at 10 o'clock and 11.
Congratulations to the Hurricanes.
What a save! He shoots one. It's gone! He crosses now, shoots, he scores! Jay McKee! Now it is Cullen setting up, Whitney for the goal! It's Wesley. Wow, what a play. He saved a goal. Briere, score! Cross for Stahl, drive, score! Shoots one off the goal, score! Game 7.